I'm a little bit sweaty in the studio, but I wanted to take a moment and talk about neutral spine. Whether you do my Pilates videos or you do workouts with me, I talk a lot about a neutral spine, and there's a lot of stuff out there on the internet about whether it is the best way to train or not, and I'm going to tell you why I believe in a neutral pelvis while you're doing Pilates and many other exercises. So let's actually look at it laying on the mat. So in a neutral spine, if you made a diamond with your hands, or a triangle, whatever you want to call it, and you place it down on your pelvis, the heels of your hands are going to be on your hip bones, your index fingers are pointed down towards your pubic bone, your thumbs are connected across your bladder, basically, and this needs to be parallel to the floor, so thumbs and index fingers on the same plane. This puts a little gap of space under your lumbar spine. Not a lot of people maintain that gap of space when they're doing, say, crunches. So if we're doing crunches, you're in school or a workout class, and they say do these crunches, most people are going to tilt their pelvis to where that gap of space is gone, and they're just gonna perform their crunches here. Now, yes, this may work some abdominal muscles, but another thing that it's doing is it's taking your hip flexors, your psoas muscles, which are engaged anytime you bring your thigh closer to your chest, and it's shortening them. We've now put them in a shortened position, and we're maintaining it as we do this. Your psoas muscle runs all the way up and connects to all of your lumbar vertebrae. So front of your femur, all the way up to your lumbar vertebrae, all of them, okay? So a lot of times when people come to me and they say, my back hurts, especially when doing core exercises or the day after doing core exercises, my response is going to be, you were in a pelvic tilt, and you were only really getting your hip flexors while doing that core exercise. What's more important than working those hip flexors is actually working your core. So if we maintain the natural curves in our spine, this is actually where our spine is the strongest. You can put more weight pressing down onto your vertebrae, and it support the weight in these little curvatures. The moment that we try to flatten everything out and make it like a short stick, we're tightening in places we shouldn't, we're lengthening in places that we shouldn't. The lumbar spine is already a very mobile area, and what we actually want to do is work a little bit at stabilizing that. So this is why, for me, neutral spine is the most important. Whew, I'm just kind of out of breath. It's hot outside. I did a workout. So when you are doing any kind of ab work, take a moment, check that space underneath your lumbar spine. Then, here's another thing. Don't let the rib cage come up, because now we have just expanded through the abdominals and we're using those back extensor muscles on either side of your spine to hold this position. Keep your rib cage pulled down toward the mat, that little gap of space, and then as if someone came and tried to take your belly button. I always use the weirdest analogies. They came to take your belly button like a tufted pillow. They're going to sew that button through your belly button all the way to your back. They're trying to pull it in and make that tufted pillow or tufted chair. So pulling that towards your spine, but maintaining all of those curves. That's the strongest place for our spine, the best place to work your actual abdominal muscles that you want to work, not just your hip flexors. And yeah, it's the way our spines were meant to be. So that's why you should use a neutral spine. Okay, love you, bye.